How many people did they test for the role of, the role that you took, Nancy? I mean, many, right? And you won number one in,
Well,
how many would you say?
Jeez, I don't know.
A couple hundred or something?
No,
I think.
no,
Not that many? No.
They didn't do that many film tests.
So,
but they had a lot of pretty big people that were very interested
famous
in doing
people
it.
that
Famous
tested
people,
for, right?
who were very interested in
Yeah,
doing it.
because they could
And it was
dub in
very
the
tempting.
boys.
It was very tempting for the powers that be, for Columbia Pictures and so on, to be interested in those people. But eventually, they decided they wanted to go for sort of the real McCoy, like the real singing and the real dancing, and the,
because you grew up in that atmosphere.
That era. The 1950s through 1950s through to up to the 70s was a wonderful. Well, 1930s here. There was a wonderful era for musical comedy, musical films. But they became so exorbitantly expensive.
Like Ziegfeld?
That era was wonderful. I mean, all those wonderful 1930s, 1940, the movies, the musical movies. But then, and then it went on to the musical comedy, today, but then there became a dearth of it, because it got to a point, I think really Oliver and Funny Girl, because that was the same year. Oliver and Funny Girl with Barbra Streisand came out the same year, But then after that, the musicals there was a great dearth of musicals because they became too expensive. They just became too expensive. And if they failed, what a headache,
all the money,
all that money.
I heard, Shani, that the best musicals in the whole world are the American musicals. Yes, that's what I heard.
Yes, well, they are.
And the country that makes the most movies in the whole world is India. They supersede any other country. Yes, they do. Because
maybe they do them in a hurry, and maybe they...
24 hours a day they go to the movie.
Really?
Yes.
How interesting. Yes. I wonder how long it takes them to make a movie.
No, I have no idea. But pretty soon we're going to take a break. And we'll introduce my next guest with you. Okay. And we'll resume our conversation talking about all these musicals that are unforgettable, really.
That's what you are.
Gee, I would be wondering if you could sing a song of Oliver. I know you don't have the music.
Acapella?
Oliver, one of those like I know most of them, but the most popular, which one was it?
What?
Of Oliver, which most popular
Oh my goodness, the music in Oliver, that means, consider yourself. That wasn't my song, but as long as he needs me with my
as
song.
Long as he needs me.
Papa.
Yeah, Papa, I love
song. That. It's a fine life. You've got to pick a pocket or two that Fagin does, Moody, and oh God, I'm reviewing the situation. You know that one?
Yes.
Oh dear, there's so many wonderful songs in that.
You had to learn so many, huh?
Who will buy?
Yeah. Oh, my beautiful roses. My red roses, is it?
This wonderful morning.
Yes.
And then there was I keep, I'm trying to think of all the songs. Where is love?
Oh yeah, that's another beautiful one.
It's unbelievable the amount of songs in that. But
yes, the great music, Johnny Green.
And unfortunately, Lionel Bart, who wrote, just died recently, passed away recently, which is very sad. He was a very clever man.
Johnny Green wrote the music. Anyway, I think...
And Sir Carol Reed,
right,
who directed the movie, who was incredible, quite incredible.
They were all incredible, really, people.
Yes, they were.
So much talent.
Yes. All clashing together.
Right.
No, I'm kidding.
So we'll be taking a little break, and so stay with us. But anyway, I would like to know a little bit more about that very, very special musical, the one in Long Beach that you did.
Follies, yes.
Yes, there were so many famous people there.
Well, first of all, I played the part of Sally, and Juliette Prowse played the part of Phyllis.
I did meet her, and she was wonderful.
The most adorable lady, a wonderful lady, very talented lady.
Yes.
Very beautiful.
Dancer.
Very beautiful.
What a dancer.
And she used to be my chauffeur every night. She'd come pick me up.
Is that right? Wow.
Yeah, we used to chat and chat and chat and chat all the way to Long Beach on the freeways. On the freeway.
Yeah, I saw her in Las Vegas one time, and she's a beautiful woman, beautiful dancer, and the longest legs.
Tall, yeah.
Tall,
she had long legs.
What a talent.
And Ima Sumac.
Ima Sumac was in it. And she's like 110 or something.
Yeah, I'm sure.
No,
But
I'm exaggerating somewhat, but she is
looked
quite old.
She told me she lived in Italy. She spoke Italian to me.
Oh, did she really?
She was from Peru.
Peru?
Yeah.
Oh, how
and we
interesting.
spoke Spanish, we spoke Italian.
She was the lady, of course, who had enormous amount of octaves.
Yeah, right.
You know, from way down, way up high.
And she was really lovely.
And then, of course, there was Dorothy Lamour, wasn't it?
Yes. I took some photos with her.
Did you?
Yeah, and then I said, may I have one of you along? And she says, yes, darling, but not too close.
Well, she
said, okay.
She gave us all her book and signed her book. And she used to sit on the back of the stage waiting to go on, you know. She sang Broadway, baby, you know, that was her song.
Yes.
And boy, could she had quite a language on her, that lady. She was tough.
You know,
she was a real toughie, but she was a wonderful, wonderful lady.
John and I saw one of her old films with Bob Hope recently, remember?
Oh, yes. That
Yes,
was,
all those,
which one?
All those road
pictures.
shows, yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yes. Yes.
So, you have a TV show?
No, by the way, thing I'm doing, you know, as you know, I'm kind of a budding screenwriter. She's helped me with
oh, that's good.
a movie I'm writing, kind of a duel together. A lot of it based on life experience. And a combination
that's always the
combination of a search for gold and search for love.
Yes, it's a fabulous show. I mean, movie. He's
But so
writing it.
you know, doing this, I've spent a lot of time, and I've heard so many stories of she's told me about her and Barbara Streisand feeding each other with whipping cream with a spoon.
Oh, yes.
Parking their car in Paul Newman's garage. I don't know
Yeah,
what
he
that's
used to
about.
admire my car, Paul Newman.
She's told me so many stories.
Oh, you know, we see things that reminds me of when I used to go to Paul Newman's house to teach Italian. You know, he'd meet me by outside, and he loved my old Jaguar. Remember the white Jaguar?
Oh,
I bought that from
yes.
Sonia Haney. It's safe, you know. Anyway, he used to love it, drool on it. He said, don't park your car on the street, drive in, he would say, and park it in my driveway. You know, he's really car lover, you know.
Well, speaking of Sonia Heaney, you know that I have a dear friend, Connie Stevens, who actually owns Sonia Heaney's house now.
Oh, she
That's
does?
where she lives.
I didn't know
yes.
that.
And
In Beverly
it's a
Hills.
beautiful home. Oh, it's a dream. And what you know, Connie's done with it has been really beautiful. The garden is beautiful. And of course, she has a tennis court and you know, all the stuff.
Oh,
but
I didn't know that. You know.
And Connie, of course, as you know, has a cosmetic company.
Shop.
She sells on home shopping, and I do a lot of stuff for her too, designing and
She's
stuff
doing
like
very
that.
well, I heard. Yes.
Yes, very good.
So you get your creative juices going, working with that, huh?
Yes, I do.
That's great.
Yes, I mean it's but also, you know, I enjoy talking to you because you're into construction, and that's my big love. Home improvement.
She's a construction
Yeah,
junior.
she's going to be competition for some of my other construction people around. She's telling me how she's, you know, she has another place in Palm Springs, and so she got enthused in converting it to I guess a Spanish adobe, some kind, and she did all of her own tile, grading,
mixing the cement, you know. I got a tennis elbow.
Tell them about this table that you were building from this huge table, you know.
I mean, I bought all this wood, and I wanted to make this big table, and I saw somebody on television, just like we are now, talking about how to make it and how to do it.
Really?
You know,
you did it.
Well, yes, I put all the wood around it, and then I put it on a base like this, you know. But then once you nailed all the wood together, you had to cover it all with chicken wire, you know. So I covered the whole thing with chicken wire, because you have to put Fixall on it, and Fixall is like a cement, you know. It's kind of a type of cement. And I wanted to do a sort of a dramatic, creative number. So I got all this chicken wire on it, and then put the Fixall on and rubbed it, put my rubber gloves on, you know, put the gloves on, and did this kind of a number on it. But the problem is the Fixall, it dries in a flash.
Oh, so when you've got to work fast.
Oh, boy, do you have to work fast, you know. So that it goes on nice.
And you're so glamorous, and I could just picture doing that work. And that reminds me, your daughter Sue, she's gorgeous. She's tall, blonde, blue eyes, and very glamorous. Guess the kind of work she does?
Yeah.
What?
Okay,
she's a soils technician on these large earth-moving jobs, you know. And so she controls, you know, if they're not doing it right, she can walk out there and say, stop. All this huge equipment stops, you know. They say, you're not doing it right. If you don't do it right, I'm going to make you take it out.
Oh, yeah, she's the boss.
Fantastic. Did she learn that from you?
Well, I had a business like that years ago, and she did learn the basics from me, which gave her a good background for this, and she loves it. You know, she went to college, got degrees in this and that, and she said, Dad, I love the outside. I want to find a job where I can stay outside. So that's what she does.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
She's doing what she wants to do,
that's
and
right.
that's 99%
And
of
she's so
living
glamorous.
is doing what she likes.
Dream. I'm going to have her on my show. Believe me, I am. I'm going to have a successful women show.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a very good idea.
These ideas.
You know, I just wanted to tell you very quickly, you were talking about this beautiful lady who does this man's job, but probably wears a helmet, does she? Right.
Yes.
So I have, my niece's name is Shani. Shani.
Oh, your niece. Yes.
My niece's name is Shani Wallis.
Oh, really?
Right, yeah. And what she does is she has to go all over the world and go into tunnels. She writes about tunnels.
Oh, man,
and you know.
Well, she must not have claustrophobia.
Well, she has to wear the helmet. She goes like the guy, you know, with the helmets on, and goes into the tunnels, and she does the same type of type of thing, like that. You know, that your daughter has to be surrounded by all these men, right?
Yeah, right.
Most
boy, she must like that.
Well, she does. She gets her.
I was the first one to do a show there.
That's
and
fantastic.
It was really incredible. So I have been interviewing the various celebrities that lived in Malibu and still live there. So I must have interviewed at least over 100, really.
Oh, literally. I'm sure, in that amount of time. That's a long time, Vicki, 12 years.
Dennis Weaver and, Larry Hagman, of course. Larry Hagman is your dear friend. Yeah. Remember we went to see...
Well, he goes way back. I hate to tell you how far back. But anyway, I was doing a show in London. You know, my first big show was Call Me Madam at the Coliseum. That was 1952. And Larry Hagman was at the Drury Lane Theatre doing South Pacific.
Oh, you're kidding. Oh, really?
Is that before Jeannie?
That was a long time before Jeannie.
Really?
Jeannie, Mary Martin was his mother?
Yes.
Mary Martin?
Yes.
Yeah, I was so shocked. I didn't know that was... Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
No.
Mary Martin was
something
his
else.
mother.
Well,
she's been gone now a while, I suppose.
A lot of young people follow in their parents' footsteps, except for my daughter.
We have a couple of minutes left to end our show, and any comments you'd like to make before we close?
Well, I'd just like to say thank you, really, and nice to meet you both.
Well, I'm really happy here to be with a lady from Italy and a lady from England.
All right.
It's really something, but you're both very talented.
So we're...
And beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Oh boy, these compliments.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to.
You got to grab them while you can.
So it was really a pleasure to have you both on my show, and we'll have to do another one later.
Well, you know, I do a show for you. Every 6 years?
Yes.
About that, every 5 or 6 years.
So I've been on 12 years now. I can't believe it. Can't.
Wow.
Okay, we just have like 1 more minute left. And take care of yourself. You're doing great. Keep working those tiles and chicken wire and get a hammer and everything.
Well, I'm sure I could think of more glamorous things to do.
I think so too. Like singing, you know, in your garden or something like that. All the beautiful musical songs you know already. And John, it was a pleasure to have you here.
Well, thank you.